Ramesses II, also known as Ramesses the Great, was an Egyptian pharaoh who ruled ancient Egypt from 1279 to 1213 BC. He was the second son of Ramesses I and his wife Nefertari. He ruled Egypt for 66 years, which is the longest reign of any pharaoh in ancient Egyptian history. Ramesses II was born in Thebes in 1303 BC. His father Ramesses I was a new pharaoh, and his mother Nefertari was of noble origin. Ramesses II was educated in the arts of governance and war from a young age. In 1279 BC, Ramesses I died and Ramesses II became pharaoh. He was a strong and effective pharaoh, and led Egypt to a period of prosperity and wealth. He conducted many military campaigns, expanded Egypt's borders, and built many temples and obelisks. One of the most important achievements of Ramesses II was building the Karnak Temple in Thebes. This temple was the largest temple in the ancient world, and it is one of the greatest examples of ancient Egyptian architecture. He also built many other temples, including the Abu Simbel Temple. Ramesses II married many women, and had many children. He had his eldest son, Ramesses III, who succeeded him in power. Ramesses II died in 1213 BC at the age of 90. He was a great pharaoh, and he is considered one of the greatest pharaohs in ancient Egyptian history. Here are some interesting facts about Ramesses II. Ramesses II was the tallest pharaoh in ancient Egyptian history, as he was about 6 feet and 6 inches tall. Ramesses II had at least 100 children. Ramesses II was a great military hero, and led many military campaigns against his enemies. Ramesses II was a skilled engineer, and built many temples and obelisks that still stand today. Ramesses II was a controversial figure, and he was often portrayed as a tyrant or a despot. However, he was also a strong and effective leader, and led Egypt to a period of prosperity and wealth. Ramesses II was an important figure in ancient Egyptian history, and he is considered one of the greatest pharaohs of all times. Ramesses II was mummified according to the ancient Egyptian traditions. His body was washed and all the internal organs were removed except for the heart. Then his body was dried with salt, wrapped in linen strips, and placed in a coffin. The coffin was placed in a tomb, then it was closed and sealed. Mummification was a long and complex process. The ancient Egyptians used to embalm their dead using natron, which works to remove all moisture from the body, and the body is covered with linen and left to dry. Mummification was a long and complex process, usually taking several weeks. The goal of mummification was to preserve the body of the deceased so that it could live in the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed that death is not the end of life, but rather a transitional stage to another life, and mummification was a way to express and show their respect for the dead.